Copy.
Got it.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Prospectors Radio Show, the talk show for our community. Please welcome
Rich Cooley, Scott Swiftwater, Tony, Indiana Gold Hunter, Dennis Dayton, Rob Weigold, and Jaron Wheeler. And
somebody did not do the update.
Tim Grimes. No, I've tried. I've worked.
That was his update.
That's actually a pretty good update, man.
It's just terrible.
That's why he cut it off, because he didn't want to get busted.
Well, yeah, I had to do it myself. I had to improvise.
You gotta improvise.
Improvise. That's what I was
awesome.
Improvise.
How many weeks did we say it was going to take you to do that?
Oh, well, you wasn't here last week. I worked on my computer and tried to change it. And when I take like the names out, there was like nothing left. So it was like, crap. Okay. How do I do this? And then I gave up. I'm like,
and you didn't save a copy of it.
No, I got a copy of it, of our original one. I don't, not the ones I made, because there was like there was nothing left of it. I mean, it was like, welcome to the Gold Prospector Radio Show, Tim Grimes. That was about it. I'm like, well, that's not gonna fly. I'm like, screw it.
Have you guys noticed that if you have other pages, you just can't go to the page? You got to switch your whole thing over to the other page now to post your stuff.
What do you mean?
Like when I post the radio site on itself on the right, like what we're doing right now. If I'm going to put it on the Gold Cradle Rocker Box site, or if I got to go in the Gold Fields, I got to switch it from Scott Tony over to them. And it used to, you just went to the page and they already knew that it was you doing it. They've messed. Facebook is so stupid anymore.
that Facebook you're talking about?
Yes. Oh. And I'm getting so tired because I'm seeing more stuff it's suggested for you than my actual friends' feeds.
I
don't need commercials.
They want you suggestions.
It's ridiculous, is what it is.
All about suggestions.
What's Dennis got there?
What's Dennis got? Looks like he's got Halloween candy.
He won't have it for long.
Mini cheese balls.
Mini cheese balls.
I've never seen those. That's pretty
They're
cool.
little. They look like a lemon head. They're so little. Oh, and they're Utz Halloween mini cheese balls.
Is that what you make, or is that?
Are they
good? That's how they sell more but make less.
Yeah. Are they good, Dennis? They are. They're better than regular full size cheese balls. Okay.
Tough cheese balls, man.
All right.
Are they just as crunchy?
Yeah, they are. They're just as crunchy. And how many you get in a bag? Like 20?
20.
Little bag. Oh, well, there's quite a few in there. Well, there's a lot in there.
Where'd you get it at? A Dollar General or something like that? Or
they probably come in packs.
I've never seen it before. It's to throw in a kid's Halloween bag. It
is. It's for
25 ounce.
Trick or treaters.
Quarter ounce.
Good idea. Little mini.
0.25 ounce. But I tell you what, there's a lot of mini.
There's a lot. Yeah. Oh, excuse me. It looks like there's a lot in there.
They're really good. Oots makes some really good cheese balls.
Is it Oots or is it Utz?
Yeah.
I don't know how it's pronounced. It's U-T-Z.
Utz.
What is it, Rich?
Utz.
Utz?
I think it's Utz, yeah.
Yeah, it's Utz, not Utes.
It's not Utes? The 4 Utes were walking down the street.
Say hi to all our listeners. We got Charles listening, Ed Marvin, John Hunt, Jeff Goldpro, Randy Lewis, David Villa.
Well, hello.
Darth,
Well,
and John Ryan. Hello,
howdy,
guys.
fellas.
Hello.
Well, howdy. Where they at? Over in the YouTube land or over on the
Both.
GPS land?
Well, don't forget about the lurkers.
Who?
We got to say hello to them too.
Oh, say hi to the lurkers. Well, hello.
Yeah.
Now, I hope you guys seen Karen posted some cool stencils for pumpkins. I mean, there is a half a gram of gold up for grabs and an ultimate pumpkin.
Half a gram?
Yeah. Yeah.
Half a gram of gold.
Half a gram of gold just for carving a cool prospecting pumpkin.
Should have put a half a gram of gold up for the fire starting video.
Hey, Bob ain't complaining he got a fire starting stick. Jeff ain't complaining he got got 2 fire starter sticks. Both of them did. So
yeah, that's good. Me and Lisa, like I said, me and Lisa was going to try it. We ran out of time because we just got crowded with so much crap the last of the week.
Still do it. You can still do it.
Yeah, I know.
And you can still do the one for Dennis. You know,
I ain't carving no pumpkin.
No, Dennis's is the Ziploc bag start a fire with the Ziploc bag full.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got plenty of sun out there. You should be able to do it.
Yeah, you're probably the only one that can do it.
Yeah, we don't got cloud cover, that's for sure.
We can't do it.
This time of year, if you get a cloudy day, it's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I think our last cloudy day was the eclipse, and there weren't no clouds in the air.
I didn't even see the dang eclipse. I forgot
It's
about it.
it's just the moon got in the
And
way,
it was
you know?
cloudy.
Yeah.
Too cloudy. Didn't see it.
It was pretty good. Cool.
Well, you got to see it, but
We weren't sure because we had a lot of thick fog that night, and it burned up just in the nick of time.
Oh, we had cloudy all day. Oh, we didn't even see the sun. So,
I was hunting Friday and Saturday, and it friggin' sprinkled rain and whole time. Now when I come home, it poured.
I've seen some videos from people in Ohio, but I think they were more southern, but they had like breaks in the clouds where they got to see it.
oh, yeah, maybe, because I never seen a break in the cloud. It stayed cloudy all day.
From where we were at, we probably saw about 70% of it because we weren't in the path of the total validity.
Uh-huh.
So we didn't actually get to see the full ring of fire effect.
The Ring of Fire.
Yes, we did.
The Ring of Fire. Is that where Johnny Cash came up with that song? Was it from the solar eclipse?
Yeah, you had everybody around here. They had doubled up sunglasses, like I said, over the spot. Had people with their welding shields.
Yeah,
on.
you just put a welding shield. Get your welding shield on. You need. Right? Welding shield work.
That's about the only thing that would probably work, I guess. Then you had something like they got, I don't know what they were called. They looked weird as heck. They called eclipse glasses, and they had little things that went out.
Oh, yeah, sure. So you see the reflection on the cardboard or something.
Yeah, I was like, no, I don't like that.
Well,
I
just took a little 2x2 piece of cardboard, poked a hole in it, and let the sun do it by casting it on the concrete.
Yeah,
right?
You can do that too.
But it'd be cool to really look at it. You know? It would just be cool.
We got one more chance next spring. We'll have
When's
one
the
more.
lunar eclipse?
What, next spring's a lunar?
I know
Yeah, I
that's
think
what I was asking. 'Cause that was a solar eclipse. I'm waiting for the lunar.
That was solar?
Yeah.
That's the difference.
Well, that's because the moon got in front of the sun.
Ain't that what it does both times?
Well, I don't think the sun can get in front of the moon.
Right. So
No, it's from the sun is on the opposite side of the earth. And
So the earth blocks it out.
Yeah, and it casts a shadow.
Thank you, Bill Nye. I didn't know.
I can't remember. I took astronomy and all that. I even had a telescope. One of
Oh,
those robotic ones.
You did?
Yeah.
Was you looking at Uranus?
I just had it out there so I can do recreational activities
Uh-huh.
in case somebody come by. Oh, no, just sitting here looking at the stars.
I tell you what, I learned a new trick,
What's that?
Halloween trick.
What?
Okay, it's a new Halloween trick. You go, "Hubbity GPS, wow, look at there, woo, and she better, wow, look at there, woo, hey, Whee! Ah, look at that. Woo!
You guys got too much time on his hands.
Now, if you could pull a comb out of that hat.
He's,
Yeah, I
a,
was gonna say, pull a comb out now.
he's a magician. We didn't even know it.
Yeah, pour that syrup in your hat and drink it.
Dennis the Magnificent is his stage name when he performs magic.
Hey, I thought you
Well,
weren't supposed
guess
to be
what
drinking that
season
Pepsi
it
no
is besides hunting season?
What's that, Rich?
I said, guess what season it is besides hunting season?
What?
Meat raffle season.
Oh, it's me.
Oh,
You go
here
again.
you go.
Last Friday I did good, and this Saturday I did good.
You do.
When do you not do good?
Oh, it's
Oh, I lose sometimes.
just like
Don't tell you.
never changes. It's like, oh yeah, Rich won the meat raffle again. Rich won.
And I got, let's see, I got a big pack of chicken breast, 2 New York strip steaks, 2 flat brown steaks, sausage, which was the almost like the brats, but the pork sausage, and 5 pounds of bacon and 10 pounds of burger.
Wow.
I don't think we got meat raffles around here, but I don't know. I've looked them up, but I
They usually have them at like
Hosted by
volunteer.
the fire department.
Yeah,
right?
volunteer fire departments always seem to have.
Yeah,
them.
they always have them.
We don't have volunteer fire department. I think that's a paid one there in Black Canyon.
They still might do it. Never know.
Daisy Mountain Fire Department.
Do they have like pancake breakfasts and stuff like that ever?
No.
No, really? They don't do no fundraising? Oh,
Something like that's going to be over at the BFW, but it's mainly just for that.
yeah, I would think the VFW would.
But it's usually like a weekly dinner deal that they do.
Yeah.
Ours, you guys remember that song, Try That in a Small Town? That's the town we live in here.
They still have meat raffles. I'm surprised they don't, really. No? The VFW have meat raffles.
The old meat raffle.
Old meat raffles.
Yeah, there's one every weekend here, pretty much.
Yeah.
I was going to say, you win quite a bit off of them. I know that.
I think Pennsylvania is.
Well, my buddy and his wife, they always win money, and I end up winning meat.
End up winning the meat.
They won $1,500 the other night. They had a holder for $1,000 and then
That's
one
a,
for like 200 and ended up like $1,450.
that's a good win.
I was going to say, that's a good score in anybody's book, I'd say.
Yeah.
What was their investment, though? You know?
Oh, they only lost. They were earning $200 in it.
Yeah,
200 and 115. Yeah, that's
not bad.
great investment, right?
Yeah.
$1,450. So yeah, they won $1,250.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. It's very interesting what it is.
I did go up. I did go out. What was it? Day before yesterday, and blew my first coyote hunt.
You blew your first coyote hunt. How'd you do that?
Blew it up like a bomb.
Wait. Explain.
Let me guess, you brought Wrangle with you.
Oh no! If I would have brought Rango, I probably would have got 9 of them. But no, I was out there and I had my ghillie suit on and everything early in the morning, and I'm hearing the quail starting to move around. Which I had my quail arrows and then I had my coyote arrows.
Right.
And I was like, the quail started coming. I took the coyote arrow off because I hear the quail coming through the draw, and they were moving really quick. So I said, well, something's pushing them. So I took it out, put the coyote arrow back on, and then they stalled right 20 feet in front of me. They stalled. They wouldn't come out of the little bushes, and they stalled. I'm like, well, okay, maybe they were just running, or maybe something, whatever's pushing them, decided to come out of the draw and come around and flank them. So I stepped up, took like 3 steps past that little Palo Verde bush, and sure enough, 25 yards away, there's a coyote looking at me like, "What in the heck are you doing?" And he couldn't tell me what I was. I was in that full dress grass ghillie suit, and he just kind of tucked his head down, turned around, and went the other way, and went back up the fence row and took out that way. I never did see him again. If I'd have waited 40 seconds, he would have been around that Palo Verde, and I'd have got him.
See.
Rich, Randy asked how much on average do you spend on those meat raffles?
Usually I'm like $100 in it.
Okay.
I would too.
They're $25 for a pack, and I buy 4 packs, which is 2 for my wife and 2 for me. But last night I don't know. I probably go probably 150, 170 worth of meat probably. So,
Right.
I mean, you're out a little bit, but
Well, that's cool. Still.
Who's the other one that
We're playing the game in one.
who's the other guy that always wins in the like the gold raffles?
Thomas.
Thomas.
Thomas Pinnaway.
Thomas Folks.
But it depends on which one I go to. You know, some of the other ones only like $50 in it. But this one you can get extra packs, so I ended up getting
A win. It's a win. Winner, winner.
The only thing that would upset me in a meat raffle is I put like I want the meat, and all of a sudden I get a win chickens. I'd be so pissed.
it depends if your number gets called enough for you to go up and get a choice. Then you get what's left on the table.
Okay.
But
Well,
this place that I went to the other night, they had so many choices that you could pretty much pick what you wanted.
Meat raffle.
They don't ever have no wild game meat raffles up there, do they?
No, it's illegal.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
As I say, you can't sell it unless you got a license.
It's even difficult to have a wild game meal.
A wild game dinner.
Yeah, you can do it at a fundraiser and you can have meal, but everybody has to bring their own. You're not allowed to provide it for them. You can do like a potluck and then everybody make it and bring it because it's illegal in Pennsylvania to do that without a license.
Yeah, gotcha.
It's because they don't want you to sell deer on the street and
Well, they want their money. They want their
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Pennsylvania. They want your money.
Yeah.
You need a license for everything.
Well, yeah, of course. Yeah.
Fur taker, turkey, migratory game, geese, everything. Bear, muzzleloader, archery, regular hunt license. You got to have one for each.
Oh, you had to have a license for everything. I remember when I lived down there. I'm like, really? Got to have one? Or what? Another
Got to have an archery one. Got to have a flintlock one. Got to have a regular one. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, we were looking at the over-the-counter tags because I got, like I said, I got that over-the-counter deer tag for here. I guess they got an over-the-counter javelina tag, a black bear tag, and a mountain lion tag. And I said, well, the black bear is gone because some guy in Prescott just got his butt ate up before Rob left last time. I said, the mountain lion, I'm not too keen on hunting that guy down either.
Going up the mountains, a mountain lion hunt.
Hey, when you get up in the mountains, you're not the top predator. I don't care what you're carrying. A bow is not the same as a gun.
Oh, you can carry your you're allowed to carry your sidearm while you bow hunt, ain't you?
I don't know. There'd probably be a.
You are allowed down there.
We was talking about that the other night.
Huh?
Because John Hunt drew out for some crossbow thing, and we were talking about that, and I looked it up, and as most recent date that I could find, it was still you could.
Yeah, in Ohio you can.
You can in PA, yeah.
Yeah, you can carry your sidearm while you bow.
As long as you have your required concealed carry license, yeah.
Yeah,
but you're not allowed to discharge it unless
right. But you're allowed.
Scott, what all critters you got? Do you say you got bear, cats? What all you got?
Javelina.
No, there's a over-the-counter deer tag, over-the-counter javelina, and then there's a bear and cougar or mountain lion.
What's a javelina? Is that like a hog?
Javelina is a stink pig.
It's a hog.
No, it's not a hog. It's a peccary.
A what?
It's a peccary.
Looks like a huge guinea pig.
Yeah, it looks like a pig.
Oh, like a rat.
Like a pig.
Like a rat.
It's got a scent gland on its back that'll spray like a skunk.
Yeah.
You got to look up what a
some of them
peccary
do
is.
have boar tusks.
Wait, they got a bunch of them in Louisiana, don't they?
I think so because there's a lot of them in Texas. I know that. They also
Javelina.
got wild hog.
Texas
They got
for sure.
wild hog in Texas too.
Because you can, I guess.
So you got bear in Arizona?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
You see a javelina.
I
Yeah,
didn't
there's a
think I
javelina
figured
right
it'd be too hot for bear to be there.
It almost looks
Well,
like
they're up in higher country, and
It's
then
like a
this
hog.
time of year they'll come down. That's not a hog. That's a peccary.
I know, but it looks like a hog.
So yeah,
It does,
believe it or
but
not,
it's
I think it's the closest. What do you call it? The cousin to it
Huh?
is a freaking hippo.
Does it taste like pork?
No.
Well, you got to be really careful when you're cutting the skin off because if you hit the gland and the whole thing's done.
It ruins it. Yeah.
It's just
right.
But there's a lot of people that eat them. There's some that say they don't taste good because they didn't know how to cook them. They didn't know how to clean them right. But then there's guys that clean them all the time. They say, oh, yeah, it's just you take this, and you leave the rest of it behind.
I'd rather eat a rattlesnake than a javelina.
Really?
Yeah.
Rattlesnake tastes like chicken, though, don't it?
Yeah.
Rattlesnake's good.
It tastes like a cross between a fish and a chicken.
Would that be like a fish stick?
Yeah.
I think rattlesnake's got a taste of its own. I love rattlesnake.
But we got quail. Like I said, we got Gamble's quail. It's open right now. Rabbit's not open right now because it's still too hot. I mean, they still got the worms in them and stuff. You don't want to hunt rabbit right now.
Right.
But there's all kinds of stuff around here if you got the guts to go chase it. That's the big deal right there.
Get chasing, man.
I can't say I've ever smelt too many snakes. I've smelt like water snakes. Do they smell? Do rattlesnakes smell like that?
You can smell them. You can smell rattlesnakes. If you're if you're close enough, you can hear them.
Yes, you can hear them definitely for sure.
If there's a group of them, or if there's like 3 or 4 or mating pair, you'll smell them.
Yeah, you smell the snakes.
I know you can smell copperheads. They smell like cucumbers.
Yeah. Well, like a rattlesnake, it's not the greatest smell, but I think mostly it's the females that put that smell out to attract a male.
Like a musky smell.
Yeah. And the javelina, they got a super musky smell. I mean, bad musky smell.
Yeah, I smell javelina.
Are you gonna hunt some javelina?
I don't know. I think the tag cost $20 maybe or something like that.
Right.
But I got them to come right back through. They come back through the neighbor's yard, and then they come back through my backyard and cut down into the wash. So I can hunt them. Yeah.
They'll attack you, won't they?
Well, if there's kids around, they will.
They've attacked people, especially ones walking little dogs and stuff like that.
Yeah,
in Phoenix area.
They got if you go back to where whoever put those pictures up. If you go back to that first picture where that javelina was yawning, you look at those chompers in that mouth. And what's funny is they'll sit there and like if you're disturbing them, they're doing that because they're sharpening those freaking teeth because they rub against each other like a knife sharpening another knife. So when they're chomping at you, they're getting nervous and they're sharpening their teeth because if they got to go battle you, they're going to get you.
Yeah, that's true.
Usually, they disappear.
They look like they cut you up.
Yeah.
Oh, they'll gas you open. Go to that top picture, Tim. It was up on the left on the top.
Sure. Oh, that one right there, the big gray.
Yeah, look at it. Really, yeah, that's a yawner.
Oh, look at the teeth on that sucker.
They will.
Oh my gosh!
It's a whiz. It looks like a bear tooth.
My gosh!
Holy boy! That thing got some fangs.
You know what? Hang on a second.
And if you're out there camping and prospecting, you don't want to leave your cooler outside because they'll attack it.
They'll attack your cooler.
They'll attack it.
They're psychos. What they are. They're nuts.
They'll attack your cooler.
Bears in Arizona, they do migrate through, Arizona and Mexico and stuff like that. But they tend to be up a lot higher elevations.
Yeah.
Hang on, wrong container.
But the javelinas are low.
Yeah, I've got a good glimpse twice of them, and they're usually a pack. And
Are you a prospecting?
On the way to the claim, and then we were checking out another claim, and we came across it there.
Terry Curry asked, "How big are they?" I'm thinking just by the pictures, they're not very big.
The size of a dog.
I'm 5'9".
They're not very big.
I'm 5'9", so they're about between my knee and some of the bigger ones were between my knee and my hip. So they're not that, knee length down. So they're not that big.
Below your knee.
Wow. Yeah. It's still a pretty good size with teeth that big.
About the size of a dog. I mean, they're not that high.
If they got an attitude, that even makes it worse.
The baby ones,
especially when they have little ones too.
Oh, well, yeah, when they got little ones, they're always more edgy. Yeah. That makes sense.
Squeal like a pig.
Do they squeal like a pig, Rich? See, that's why they look like a wild.
Little ones do.
Well, I had some teeth that we actually, when we were dry land dredging, we dug up a whole corpse under the ground.
Oh.
And I took all the teeth, and they're about that long, and they got a good bend to them, and then tops are like the same way, and they come right down on the tops. Well, like the tops, like lock right in with the bottoms.
Yeah, that way they can just rip.
But man, if they want, like you say, if they got kids and the big males will attack you, they just come by and they'll hit you sideways with their face, and it'll just gash your leg open.
Wow.
Ed said in Goldenrod, Arizona, they have a rattlesnake roundup and barbecue every year. At least they did when he was younger, when he lived in Bullhead City.
I think they still do something like that. So, it's still called the rattlesnake roundup, I think.
Yeah. Catch them and they barbecue them. Yeah. Is that what they do?
Well, it's another way to keep the population in check. I mean, if you're around a place that doesn't have a lot of road runners and a lot of king snakes, then yeah, you're going to have a lot of rattlesnakes.
So you have a rattlesnake roundup, cook them up.
Yeah.
In Utah, we can't even kill them.
You can't kill them in Utah?
Nope.
What, they're protected?
Yeah, unless you're threatened, you have can prove it even.
I was threatened. Wow, they're actually protected in Utah. You cannot kill a rattlesnake.
I think they're like that in Kentucky too, which is stupid.
And I believe that's part of the keeping the rodent population down.
Yeah, whatever.
Well, you got a lot of Mormons farming out there. They got a lot of stockpile.
There's other things that keep the rodent population.
That's just like when they reintroduced the wolves up in Idaho, and then all of a sudden, 2 years later, there's a bounty on the wolves. There's too many of them.
Yeah.
Yep. Don't put them back in the wild.
Yeah. Makes sense, don't it?
Speaking about wild, how about them gold prices?
Those outlaw gold prices?
Well, we don't have any outlaw gold prices, but we got some sustainable gold prices, I'm telling you.
Let's see. How sustainable are they?
Well, since the last time we talked, it's actually, it says it went up to 630, but it had to go up since then because it's at 1981.20 now.
Oh, okay. Pretty good.
So that's $1,980. Not bad. Tim's going to be happy because everything must have went up. Silver took a 34-cent jump, and now it's at $23.45. So it's getting back up to that $24.25 area.
$24 mark.
Yep. We got platinum taking a $5 jump, and that went to $907. We got palladium taking a $10 drop. That went to $1,120. And rhodium, $425 in the red. That took it down to $5,500. That's a hell of a drop.
Yep. Now, Jerry,
almost $500. Woo.
Tell them about the Bitcoin. I know it's done some magic this week.
Well, just want to recap on gold and silver and platinum. I have them here up on the open markets, and it's not as good as it sounds. Gold fell down $10 to 1971 and 63 cents, down 0.5%.
Already dropping.
Gold fell, silver dropped 1% to $23.13. Platinum dropped 0.2% to 894, and I don't have palladium I don't follow that.
But you guys got to understand.
And then Bitcoin just barely, as I was talking, peaked above 30,000 again.
Right, it was over 30,000. I noticed. Yeah. What was it last time? 26. I think it was 26 last.
Let me see.
27, I thought.
26, 27 last week. Yeah.
The Bitcoin's going back up.
It's at 30. Yeah, it's at 30 right now.
So it's pushing.
That would have been the 15th. The 15th, it was at 27. 200, pretty.
Right.
27.
30.
The old crap coin.
Up $3,000. The old crap coin up $3,000. What do you think of that, Scott? That's like Oak Island, baby. It's right around the corner.
Oh my gosh, it's worse than Oak Island. They never found anything.
Oh, they found the Knights Templar treasure. Just
I found a tunnel.
yeah, but where's that tunnel lead to?
The ocean.
Why would you dig a tunnel that leads to the ocean?
Because the island was much higher back in the day.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
It was a covered bridge.
Pretty much.
Now it's a tunnel.
That is just tragic. And you guys, your guys is they're coming. Your gold season is coming to an end. You're saying they got a frost warning out. Right?
Freeze warning, not a frost.
Yeah.
Freeze. It says freeze warning. It's like they're crazy. Can't freeze.
Yeah, ours is just getting ready to kick up here in about another 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
It can't freeze yet. They're crazy. It can't. No way. No way. No. Too soon.
Yeah, another 4 weeks. None of the snakes will be out again. I hope.
Snow will be flying here before long. In 4 weeks, probably.
So when you supposed to get the freeze warning, Tim?
I thought it said tonight. Let me look on my phone. It showed it. It said,
Are we supposed to get a freeze warning tonight?
It says freeze warning until 9 a.m. Monday, October 23rd. But it only says a low of 40. So how's it going to freeze?
I don't know. We're supposed to get up into the 70s this week.
Later in the week, yeah, like Tuesday.
Yeah, we don't have a freeze warning, no, not here.
Yeah, it's just for tonight. That's like
Could have been a possible frost warning.
yeah, but still 40 degrees. It's
Well, maybe they're projecting a wind chill or something.
I don't know. 40 is
Well,
Yeah,
you're
on
up by the
top of
water,
the
too.
dew count.
can't
So-
freeze at 40.
You got to understand, Tim. If it's 40 degrees and the sun starts to come up, that's when it's coldest. It could drop down to 32.
It's
The
Yeah.
lowest is supposed to get here tonight's 37.
wait a minute. The lowest tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. is 35 degrees.
That's real freaking close.
That's close, yeah. But then why does it say a low of 40 when it's going to be a low of 35?
That's the weather people telling you. I'm not really for sure, but we're going to make a guess.
Oh, that's typical weather, yeah. Well, we're roughly closely right in this general vicinity.
Oh,
And it was that one winter, last winter there in Arizona. I got up, it was like 32 degrees or something. But this was at 4 o'clock in the morning. And then about 5 o'clock, it dropped down to like 28 because the sun was starting to rise.
Right.
So it does, for the sunrise, it does get really chilly.
Rock Butcher Jim said he's supposed to get 8 inches of snow this week. So I
What?
don't think
Butcher,
it'll stick, but it's gonna
You can
mess
have
up
it.
all the
Butcher.
trails.
You
What?
can have it.
What?
How high is he? What elevation?
Jeez. Is he in Utah with you, Jaron?
Canada.
Oh, he's
No,
in,
I thought he was up in northern Canada.
he's in Canada. Well, it always snows in Canada. So.
Yeah, he's up where you got to take a snowmobile to get to your neighbor's house, probably.
Jeez, 8 inches.
Wow.
That's ridiculous, man.
Uh,
If I
Especially
lived,
Remember correctly, he was outside of Quebec or something like that.
yeah.
The
If I
northern
lived in
border.
if I lived in a place that had that much snow, I would be in an A-frame. That way, it's always slid off my roof.
yeah, but
It'd have to be
I
because
wouldn't.
that's a lot of weight.
I couldn't be in a place that had that much snow. Ohio's snow is disappointing enough and depressing enough for me. And
Believe it or not, in Oregon, they do have a lot of A-frame structures out there because they get a
Yeah.
lot of snow.
Yeah.
Jaron gets a lot of snow too, don't you, Jaron?
Oh yeah, last year we was 15 feet above the ski lift.
Yeah, buddy. Hoo-wee. I remember seeing that I think it was California, wasn't it, where their guy was standing right there, even with the wheels. It was like 25 feet deep. I was like, no.
Yeah, it got
Ridiculous.
deeper than that.
Gee, buddy, Christmas.
It's anarchy. It's too
And
much.
I believe whose cabin got damaged? Was it with the Amra guy? Was it him?
Oh,
Oh, Shannon.
Shannon Poe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. They use
I feel bad. I feel bad for him. I think in the last 2 years, he's fought the fires, he's fought the snow. I think there were some thieves at some time or another was around. Oh my good God, he's getting the crap beat out of him.
Yep. Craziness. Plum crazy. All right, so I know you guys had your watch party. Gold
Yep, we
Rush.
did.
Gold Rush thoughts.
I didn't get to see it.
Of course you didn't. You never watch it anymore. Jaron, did you watch it? I know you did.
Yeah, if I remember right, Rick's the only one that's got gold still.
Rick is still the one that's got gold,
Yep.
I believe. Yeah. Yeah. Tony's still getting set up. Parker's still digging and running through money like it's water. Yeah.
In my opinion, he's on the verge of bankruptcy, but I don't think he's going to make it
You don't
to
think,
that point.
wait.
I think he's going to be able to turn it around.
You think he's going to be able to turn around?
Yeah.
Yes, I do
don't-
too.
I don't think he's in the black at all. Or in
I
the
don't
red.
think he's going to be
Well, if you watch the show, you would know that he's in some big trouble because he just bought a $15 million mine and he's only put 5 down.
Right. He's got a lot of debt right now. He's got to he's got to bring in some serious gold right now.
Well, if he works the claim, he could get that paid off this year.
But he got to get down to it first.
It's a pretty deep.
Yeah, what did he say? He had 15 more feet to bedrock or something.
I know, guys, but just remember, it's part of the show. Come on, we know
I know,
Parker.
but-
And then he tried to make a quick buck and go to one of his spots where he thought they had it, the overburden cleared in quite a bit more than he did. They're going to have to go another, 3 to 5 feet, they're thinking.
Yeah.
So they were planning on sluicing, but it didn't work out that way.
Yeah, he's just got to start bringing in some gold. You know, it's like,
But
he's spending.
Rick Ness and his skeleton crew, just him and the lady.
Hey, they're getting gold.
And then they hire up that.
They hired a new guy, right?
Yeah.
Well, if you notice, the other guy, the Fred, the veteran guys.
Yeah,
that's his mechanic. That's
yes,
Buzz.
I remembered him.
And that's his chef also.
Yeah.
So those two were. I don't know. They didn't really say if the chef was going to be joining them or not. But
so
the mechanic definitely is. So I don't know if those guys are even going to be on the show this year or doing it unless they find another mechanic. I don't think
Fred and them will be on there probably, right? Unless they got new mechanic and new chef or something, right? But I don't think so. Yeah. What would they say? Parker's burning through a couple 100,000 a week or something, just in fuel and crap or something like that.
Yeah, but look, he did that almost every year, though, man.
Yeah, but he's making it back.
Well, I mean, he always gets down and all of a sudden, boom, you know.
They're not sluicing at all yet. They ain't running no dirt. So he ain't running dirt. He's just bleeding money.
Yeah. Huh?
And this claim has supposedly been reported as being a money pit.
Right.
Where you just keep throwing money into it and it just never get a recovery.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean
like
a boat?
Supposed to be one of the biggest pieces of property left.
Kind of like a boat.
Kind of like a boat.
Yeah.
It called
I always said
boat claim.
Yeah, I always said that if you have a boat and the boat itself doesn't make any money, you got a hole in the water. That's all you got.
Well, to me, boat is bust out another 1,000.
Bust out another
You're always working money.
Bust out another 1,000.
Yeah, I got one sitting right out front. It's not mine, it's my neighbor's, and he's put way too much money into it.
Yeah. And you can't hardly get rid of them once you got them.
No.
It's crazy. And now, okay, Buried Sea Gold. Scott, you didn't watch it.
I think I watched a little bit of that one.
Oh, you did?
He came in towards the end. He came towards the end.
Oh, he did? He showed up and watched some of that with you? Okay. Thoughts?
Well, we got to see our buddy Tyler.
Yeah, seen Tyler. Trying to think. What else?
Tom Rankins can staying at the front.
And he took the lead now.
Okay.
And it was at the very beginning of the storm, so they were all out there battling waves and
low visibility and divers being drug.
Right.
Anchors being broke.
What about that dredge Zeke's running? Oh, is that a 14-inch or something? He said. Thing's huge. It's massive. No. And he got.
I think
how much he
good
got?
clean out.
Yeah, he did a good clean out for a couple.
Can you imagine the pump that runs that?
Yeah.
I mean, the actual water.
It's huge.
It's got to be as big as a tire.
I think he said it's the biggest suction dredge out there. It's 14 inches. It's massive. Yeah. Jeez. God, the material that thing would move. So.
Well, you do remember that crew? What was it? 5 years ago that had the 12-inch and 2 people ran it.
No.
Yeah, I remember the show. It was so cool because I was saying this all the time. everybody used to go, "Oh, that's sand. There's sand." He's like, "You got a 12-inch dredge. Dig until you find rock." And they actually moved a lot of sand.
Oh yeah,
and
you
they
go
found
right through that sand.
Yeah, they found gold underneath the sand.
Sure.
Like something's gonna hold the sand up.
Well, yeah, the sand's sitting on top of the rock. You just got to get down to the rock, right?
They just
Well, can you
took
imagine
an
going
extra time at removing
just
the
go to a
overburden.
spot, just go to a spot, throw the dredge nozzle down, and let it just like it'll suck it in from all directions. That's all you got to do until you clear out a big spot.
Yeah, I bet you. Yeah,
Kind of like what Ray does when he's out there in Juneau,
yeah.
the land dredging. He just lets it all suck it right in.
Sand,
That's right.
you know, it's down there. It's just under the sand. Just got to get down to it. And with a dredge that big, heck, it wouldn't take no time at all. Punch a hole, would it? Get down to the gravel and the hard pack, you'd be just rolling.
No, not with a 12-inch. Holy moly!
Or a 14. It's like that's
Or 14. Yeah, that'd be even worse.
good God. Just imagine the material. How much material are you moving in an hour? That's a lot of material probably going through that thing. Wow.
Like, yeah, imagine how much sand. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Dump truck an hour, maybe.
Probably.
Maybe faster.
Yeah. Good Lord. That
Sand goes up in there, and it's just woof. It's just one big, one
It's
big
a
thing
nice-
going.
It's a nice setup, though. Definitely.
No clogs, no nothing. Just eating away.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to clog it, probably, huh? Probably not. 14-inch. I doubt if you're going to clog that.
Now, what I would do if I did that sand is I'd run all the sand I could until I opened up a nice spot of gravels. And then I would take the dredge and hold it up and let the water clean all the sand out of the box before I hit the gravels.
Right.
I would definitely do that. But
Interesting, though. It's just cool.
14
Let's
inches,
see.
man.
Oh, that's just a big old dredge.
Well, he'd have to run that off of what, a VW engine probably?
I don't know. I didn't see the engine he's running.
Or a small diesel,
Yeah.
like a 6-cylinder diesel.
Yeah, it would have to probably be some kind of a diesel engine, I would think.
Well, like some of them boat motors, like the fishing boats, shrimping boats, there's some of them like the poupiers, the butterfly nets. They got little 6-cylinder and 4-cylinder diesels in them, Detroit's.
Right.
Well, a lot of sailboats run off of diesel engines anyways, and it's usually a universal diesel.
Yeah.
So that way you're able to get parts throughout the entire world.
Which, again, makes sense. Get parts easily.
We shall see who's the top gold claimer this year, boys.
I'll see. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
No, really, we shall see. But my money is still on the old Oak Island.
Oh my goodness.
They're gonna pull out some gold for you this year, Scott.
You are crazy, man.
I see it, man. I just
No, you do not.
see it in my dreams.
You are as lost as that treasure is.
Find of gold. They find a bucket load of gold.
You know, I learned something else. I learned something else too.
What?
See, if you take, the hat, right, and then you go, wah!
What's that? Bag of gold? Oh, Rich.
Ritz cracker.
And then you go, hey, wah!
What the heck's that? Butter?
Wah!
Cheese.
Butter, cheese.
Well,
Hey,
looks
yeah.
like movie theater popcorn. butter.
Wow.
What the heck?
He's got to be bound up for 3 days.
Yeah, I just ate all them cheese balls. Now he's getting ready to eat cheese and Ritz crackers.
Well, we know it's not real cheese in the cheese.
Oh,
bag,
that's
but
definitely not real cheese in that pack.
So
what did
I think
what did I miss? I had my mom was getting ready to head back to towards Oklahoma, so she was coming by she stopped by to say her goodbyes, so I had to pause everything. So
I think Rich is winning the weight loss contest.
You said you're going to eat some Ritz crackers and some
I
packets
didn't
of
know I was in a contest.
wheat.
Well, not contest, but Dennis was supposed to be losing weight at the same time.
Oh,
no, I'm telling you guys, this stuff here, I'll show you. This is simple. How do you do this? It didn't come apart. Huh. So
If you
anyway,
stay away from all the crap and eat just meat and vegetables, you're good.
you go like this, right?
right?
And you go like that, right?
What? Is that
Now watch.
supposedly the cheese? Is that supposedly the cheese?
That cheese
I
is
want to
only
say
half
hi
it.
to somebody we haven't seen in a long time. Bob Downey's Detecting and Prospecting's in the chat. Haven't seen him
howdy.
around for a while.
Watching Dennis eat some, maybe
Golden cheese.
might be cheese.
Could be
I don't-
There's two different kinds. There's this.
Look
Okay.
like Tillamook cheese.
Looks like
Yeah.
what,
Yeah.
Rob?
Almost look like
There's
Tillamook cheese.
It
That's Jared American.
don't look real.
You know it ain't.
It's real.
Did that come with the Ritz crackers?
But I learned how to make it disappear. You go,
That's funny. Did that come with the Ritz crackers?
I was just wondering. It looked like it could. Look like some
You know,
astronaut.
How many boxes of rotten cheese you'd have in a store?
That's what I'm saying. I don't think it'll rot.
Don't worry, it's only been on the truck for 2 weeks. It's good to go.
I had a dream about moldy cheese last night. That's weird.
Moldy cheese.
Oh, Dennis is eating cheese. Yeah.
There is something wrong with you, buddy.
What? I don't know. It's like
Dreaming about moldy cheese.
moldy cheese. Yeah, it was like I don't know. It was moldy cheese.
You are crazy.
Get it? I don't understand it. It don't make sense to me either. Why the heck would I be dreaming about cheese anyway?
Did you lose any weight, Dennis?
Yes, I have.
That cheese.
Huh?
Yeah, yes, Rich. He took his shoes off.
Yeah, keep eating that cheese and them Ritz crackers.
Dennis took his shoes off tonight. He lost 2 pounds.
Your Utes cheese.
I tell you what, I have to wear now on both sides. You guys ever heard of them things called the belt bro?
A what?
Called the belt bro.
Belt bro.
Yeah.
No, I've never heard
No.
of such a thing.
Never have.
Right here.
Is that to
Instead
pull
of
your
a belt,
pants
you're
up?
just putting it through your loop.
Okay.
And you take it, put it through your two loops, and then you tighten it.
It's a Velcro belt.
Yeah.
Well,
pretty much.
I have to wear one on each side now.
Hey,
I figured it just have 2 ends with the Velcro and it just goes around your back.
can't you just put holes in your belt, make it smaller? Are you making it smaller or bigger? What are you doing?
Now I'll tell you.
He needs a pair of suspenders.
All right. You take your belt bro, right? You put this part through not the belt hole loop closest to you know where you zip it up. It's the next one back.
Right.
You put it through there, and then you bring it around and Velcro it together. Okay.
Right.
Now your belt loop's right here. Okay. Then you take this and put it through to the front one, the one closest to where you button your pants up. You put it through there, and now you can pull it. You can pull it, tighten it, and it Velcros.
Okay.
Too much work. I just rather use a regular old belt.
Nope. You don't have that. You don't have that belt buckle digging into your belly. This stuff's it's not even in your way. It's awesome, man. I'm telling you, if you ever use a belt bro, you'll be glad you did.
Belt bro.
Well,
Yep.
I think we should chip in and get him a girdle.
Belt bro.
Get him some suspenders.
He should wear suspenders.
Yeah.
Yeah. You should get you a good old pair of
I
suspenders.
had to put 2 more holes in my freaking belt.
Hey, there you go.
Heck, my suspenders made out of leather.
Oh,
I'm down
That right
50,
there,
50
is
pounds.
amazing.
nice, Rich. Down 50. Way to go.
Well, I know what Rich is going through. I mean, I still wear the same belt, and it's got a couple extra holes in it when I got a little too skinny,
Oh, that's what you do. You put extra holes to get it.
but it still
I was
holds
at
up.
work- I was at work and my pants kept falling down. So I went in the tool room and said, "Hey, I want a hole puncher. I
Right?
love a hole puncher." They were like, "What for?" I said, "I got to put some holes in my belt." Oh, okay.
I usually use the nail.
I just used a drill bit and drill a hole in it.
Heck, we always
No, I
did
just
that.
used a regular leather hole puncher.
Not me. I just grabbed the old cordless. Don't even take it off. Just
cordless.
unbuckle it and roll. Okay. Good to
Mm.
go. Huh?
That's funny. Cordless.
Cordless, baby. Cordless. Unbuckle it and hold
What cheese do you guys like better? This kind
Cheeseburger?
or that kind?
Well, I would like that kind better if it was real cheese.
This one?
No, God, no. No. That one.
One's cheddar, sharp, or probably mild cheddar, and the other one's, what is that?
That one's probably got Colby Jack and
Yeah,
cheddar.
Colby Jack. It's Colby
It's
Jack.
gonna. It's. I think it's American and cheddar. It's what they call the mix because if we get it shredded up, it's yellow and white.
Well, I usually get those and the just the mild cheddar ones, but they're the Tillamook brand, and they're actually real cheese because Tillamook.
Let's get a can of
This show's getting cheesy.
I use the can.
That's what I use, Rich. I use the can.
Cheese whiz in a can or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best cheese.
Oh my god!
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's the
That
best.
is not cheese.
It is cheese.
It's cheese.
Oh yeah, and
Yes, it
cereal
is. That's the best
magically
cheese you'll
delicious.
ever
Read
get.
on the
Period.
can. Read on the can. It's cheese.
Man,
Pasteurized.
It's cheese.
nothing wrong with you.
It's cheese.
And that cheese will never go bad either. In that can, you leave other cheese out and watch it mold. The stuff that's in that can will never mold.
No, it don't. It's good. Because
Mm-hmm.
it's vacuum sealed.
You're supposed to
Yep.
refrigerate after you open it, though.
Are you? I've never
Yeah,
refrigerated.
you are.
No,
I don't.
no, it
refrigerate.
does. It says you do not have to refrigerate.
Oh, really? I thought you had to.
I
Yeah,
don't.
it says
refrigerate.
no need for refrigeration.
Right.
No, yep, no need for refrigeration on it.
I don't
Okay.
ever refrigerate it. It don't taste as good when
I
it's,
always put it in there, even though I didn't need to. Okay.
I like it room temperature. It's good.
Yep, that's the way I like it.
Just good cheese.
We're getting a little
Yeah.
cheesy.
I think when I get done with this show, I might have some actually.
Well, you got to have your Triscuits, right?
I got my chicken biscuits.
Chicken biscuits.
Yeah, I got some. I have some chicken
You
biscuits.
put cheese on them?
Yep, buddy. I eat them every day after work. That's the first thing I do when I walk in the door. Grab my chicken biscuit crackers and a can of cheese. Just sit down.
Get a thing of Spam.
Oh, I
You
had
don't spoil your supper?
Right.
no,
a
no. It's my.
can of cheese and the Triscuit. Mm.
I had Spam this week. I had a couple of nice fried Spam sandwiches.
Yeah, it's Spam for
Oh,
breakfast.
yeah. One of
Yesterday.
the best.
That's
you've
good,
had.
ain't Rich? It's just
Spam. I had Spam bacon.
Oh, you did the bacon. I'm still on the plain one.
I love the Spam bacon. That's good.
I
One
haven't
of the
tried
best
Spam, but is
inventions
it good?
about Spam
Haven't
is
tried
they're
it.
coming out with the singles. Instead of buying a can, you can just buy the singles.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And then you just throw it on the frying pan and fry it up or eat it straight out.
I think they have like a bacon light or something is what
Yep.
I usually get.
That's a good idea, Rob.
They got also jalapeno flavor too.
I wouldn't
I
know
wonder-
that either.
I wonder why they got that in San
flavor
Diego.
and what? And Spam?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Spam.
Never seen it.
You hear me, Rob? I wonder why they got that flavor in
I'd
San
like to
Diego.
try that.
You'd probably like it, Rich.
Yeah, I'd like to try that. I'll have to look. I thought they just had bacon and regular and light and
That's a treasure right there. Spam is a treasure.
so
Oh,
is
yeah.
it called like Spam jalapeno or what?
Something like that, yeah.
Spam-
Oh, they got a lot of flavors. You believe me? They do have a lot more flavors. So
Never
Right.
seen.
It's a national meat of Hawaii. Spam.
oh yeah.
yeah, you know
But
why?
you can thank the military for that.
I was going to say that's a military deal for there.
Oh, hey. Smart move. Okay.
Ed must have missed it. He was asking what the gold prices are, but they have kind of slightly recovered, so I'll go over it more time.
Yeah, go over it one more time.
All you
It
got to
is-
know is sell, sell, sell.
1972 and 63 cents, up about $1.25
Oh,
since
so
we
it
started
went up.
talking.
It went up a smidgel.
And then silver 23.16 went up like 2 cents.
Smidgel.
As
And
soon
And
as our
then
as
the other
soon
one
as
I
ours
have
goes
is
up tomorrow,
platinum, and
we'll-
that's up to 8.94 right now.
I want to see a pumpkin. Dang it.
Oh yeah, I feel also if you guys missed that, I posted 10 silhouettes that you can go on to GPS, print them out, and use them as a guide stencil for your pumpkin.
Tell them how to
And
do it, like you
I was,
told me.
yeah, because Ed was like, "Oh, I don't know, those kind of hard," but it's not really. All you do, what you do, is you just get a couple pins once you print out the paper, put one in each corner around your pumpkin, and then you get another pin or something and just poke holes every so often so you can trace it real easy.
Right. Easy peasy.
Or, I mean, if you really want to get crazy and cut out the shape and then put it with a marker, but that's harder.
I think it's cool. So, Rob, you're an ass. Yeah. So, I want to see one, man. I want to see one. I want to see somebody do a pumpkin. I want to see.
Well, I was sitting there because I plan on doing one.
Awesome.
I don't know if I'll actually get around to it.
You'll win your own prize.
But yeah,
but you'll win.
I was kind of looking, and then I just got to thinking. I was like, nobody's entered. Maybe this will get, easy peasy, printed out.
You'll win the pumpkin carving kit.
Actually, how it started, I was trying to get a picture of you, Tim, and see if I could cartoonize it on Photoshop.
Oh, that'd be cool.
But like all your pictures are gone now from the account.
Because of stupid Facebook thing. Yeah.
Well, you'd think there'd be
that's how it started.
I think Rob's got some. Apparently, I think Rob's got all the pictures.
You know what? You'd think anybody with kids would be carving a pumpkin.
Yeah.
Well, take a video of it. Boom, you might win.
It's got to be the prospecting pumpkin.
What?
Yes, that's the whole.
Yeah, prospecting or like treasure related.
Yeah.
What am I going to put a shovel in his hand?
Yeah, well, you could just put a shovel on the pumpkin. Or did you look at the stencils on GPS? There's like a pick. There's a guy holding a pick. There's a mine cart. There's a pick and shovel. Yeah, it's cool. Or you can or you could put GPS. You could put prospector radio, whatever you want, man.
I guess.
Good.
I might add some more down the line, but figured that would at least give people.
Hey, Jaron,
I did a little homework for them.
Right? Yeah, you did. Can you cartoonize Scott? And where they could do a pumpkin of Scott?
No thanks.
Probably, but they were so detailed that I need to figure out if I can dumb it down a little bit.
Right.
You'd have to be good. Almost like you'd have to be using Dremels and.
Right. Dremels, little professional carving kits. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, if you were good at it, you could make it look just like any one of us.
I watch that show every Sunday night. I'll watch it tonight, the Extreme Pumpkin Carving Challenge, and they could do it. They can make faces all day long. It's like, man.
Well, that's what it's called, the extreme.
Oh, yeah, they're extreme. They're really good at it. But like Jaron said, they're using Dremels and these fancy little carvers and peelers.
Right.
But yeah, so
I got a Dremel.
Well, first prize as of it stands right now is a 1/2 gram of gold.
Yep.
Second prize is a pumpkin carving kit.
Yeah, cool. Ultimate pumpkin carving kit. Not just a knife and a scoop. It's got like stencils and everything else. Got some cool stuff.
And we haven't come up with third prize, but we'll
come up with something.
I got a Dremel I could do that with, but I don't think Lisa would like me throwing pumpkin all over the place.
Do it outside. They do it outside all the time. Yeah.
I know, but we don't want to track Javelina. I'm on a double-edged sword, dude.
Well, clean it up real good when you're done. Take it out and throw it in the weeds for Javelina.
Go buy a license, you'll be able to kill one.
I think we just found out Heath's entry. He said pumpkins are already bald, so that can't be hard to put Scott out. Just a pumpkin.
I think you could do a good Scott pumpkin. All you got to do is the beard and stuff, and I think so. I think you can do it.
I guess.
You get extra points.
Right.
For originality. It will be judged on originality.
Yeah, I just thought you had to carve a pumpkin.
No, that's too easy. And we're giving a gram of gold here, man. Come on. Or half.
Yeah, that'd be cool if you can do Manny too.
Oh, wouldn't it? See, Manny, yeah, he's pretty plain faced. Yeah. I think, yeah. I gotta get a pumpkin.
Let's this ain't set in stone, but let me think about this. If I got a package that comes before this contest ends, I'll do a 1/2 gram for first prize, 1/4 gram for second.
Oh, okay. pumpkin carving kit for third. Okay, cool.
That's not set in stone. Yeah, I'm waiting
Not
on this
set in
package,
stone
and
yet.
I've been waiting about a week and a half. So
Right.
we'll see.
No,
As long as I get it, then that's what we'll be doing.
not set in stone yet, but very highly possible. If not, we'll come up with something for third or second.
So I'm thinking this is not Utah gold.
It's gold.
Well, I guess I mean, if I actually
Gold.
out, I could get out my little Darth machine and
Oh,
some of the black sand and come up with another quarter gram.
I bet you could.
Right.
With your little Darth machine. That's what we like to call that around here. The little Darth machine. It's a good name for it. The little Darth machine. The little Death Star. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's what my picture is.
Yep.
It works.
It works.
Look how clean it stripped
Look at
that
it.
gold.
Perfect. Yeah. It's perfection. I want one still. I want one right here sitting on the desk that you could just take a spoon and scoop it in when you want. And it just trickles away. Leaves you king gold. Okay. Pretty fancy schmancy. Saying. Just saying. So yeah, so get on these pumpkins. I want to see one. I just want to see some. I know.
Oh yeah, that's on my shopping list on Tuesday. So
I know you guys got it in you. You guys are all very creative. So let's see it happen. I want to see it happen. You know, I bet you can go on YouTube and watch videos on fancy pumpkin carving and learn some little tips real quick and get your Dremels out. I know all you guys own a Dremel and just start carving.
Just start carving.
Start carving.
Anyway, how about a story?
Oh, that's a good idea. Read me a story.
I don't think last time I was talking about the Postal Service. This time it's called Bennett and Lindeman Lake Tent Cities on the Lakes. They actually show a picture. It's a pretty good lake, and you can definitely tell on the shores there's a bunch of tent cities, but it says Lake Bennett, Canada in 1898, stampeders. I like how they call them stampeders. Tents lined the lake during the winter of 1897 and 1898. The surrounding forest, which was stripped of timber that was used to fuel buildings, and the most importantly, boats that would take the stampeders down river and the gold fields. And it says the picture that they're showing is taken in the 1897.
Right.
Anyway, it says Klondike stampeders set up camp along the shores of Lake Lindeman and Lake Bennett during the winter of 87 and 98. These men and women and children have managed to drag and carry tons of provisions over the harsh trails down to the lakes, which forms the headwaters of the Yukon River.
Uh-huh.
The crowd had to wait for the river's ice to break before they could sail down to the Yukon into Dawson. Some stampeders stayed on the Lake Lindeman on Lake Lindeman, the end of the Chilkoot Pass. So that's right. I guess that's at the bottom of the pass.
Right.
Many more kept moving down the trail and set up camp at Lake Bennett, which was also the terminus of the White Pass Trail. It says men. Hang on. Let me see. Oh, there we go. It said most stampeders need to build their own boats. That's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Having declined to drag a boat over the pass, they preferred wood cutting technique known as whipsawing. Yeah, whipsawing.
Join.
It said whipsawing led to more.
What's whipsawing?
I got to get to it, buddy.
Whipsaw.
It says, yeah, it's a technique that they cut.
Oh, okay.
But it says whipsawing led to more than few disagreements and fights. Logs placed on stands were sawed by one man standing on top of the log with one end of the saw and a second man standing below the log holding the other end. The work was so hard that no matter which position he took, it was easy for each man to believe that he was doing all the work.
Yeah.
I can see that. The effect of thousands of campers living for months along the lakes is still clearly visible. A century later, desperate for lumber to use for the boats and firewood, stampeders deforest the areas around the two lakes.
Uh-huh.
This is going to be like a middle thing here. It says knockdown boats of every conceivable sort of being taken up since the reports have come down that boat timber is very scarce and as well as high priced. Reports of discouraging about carrying boats. The trails up the mountains are reported to have narrow and treacherous and long pieces cannot be carried over them.
Uh-huh.
In that case, mine may never get over. Excuse me, 100 of boats. It is said to have been left behind. Can you imagine getting like there's 1,000 boats sitting there in front of the trail? That'd be nuts. That said, in August 24th, 1997, reached the foot of a long lake, 3 miles of Lindeman, and at 4 o'clock. Quite a number of tents here arrived at Lake Lindeman at 7 o'clock. The camp at the end of the head of the lake contains about 50 tents and a temporary population of 200. They left at 11 a.m. for Lake Bennett in Peterborough in Peterborough canoe. I think these guys are leaving a couple of these words out. It's an outfit of entire party weighing 4,000 pounds was ferried to the foot of Lake Lindeman, 6 miles for $30. That's a big boat.
Yeah.
Said the lake is a beautiful sheet of water about 6 miles long and about 1 mile wide. It empties into Lake Bennett, though a very crooked and narrow stream full of rocks and rapids are dangerous for boats. It is necessary to make portage with 3/4 of a mile to the head of the Lake Bennett. Boats are being let down through the swift stream by means of rope. Well, that's crazy, but that's a long trail. It says Lake Lindeman was a terminus of the Chilkoot Pass Trail. Many stampeders, exhausted after dragging a ton of supplies over the pass, chose to camp by the side of the lake, Lindeman, to wait out the winter. When one traveler, Julius Price, was crossed the Chilkoot Pass in 1998, first saw the tent city growing up along the shores of Lake Lindeman, he noted that the vast spread of white tents looked like a flock of seagulls in a distant beach. By the end of September 1897, hundreds of men and women were in Lindeman busy building boats for the journey down the Yukon. Their numbers grew to over 1,000 by the end of the year. When the Yukon River begins to thaw in late May, over 4,000 people were camped along the Lake Lindeman.
Wow.
That's a big jump.
Yeah.
It says mail was critical, which I think we touched on this a little bit. Mail was critical to the Stampeder Morrill during the winter of 1897 to 1898. Stuck in tents stretched out along the Lake Lindeman and Lake Burnett, these thousands of men and women had little to occupy their time and longed for word from home. For a time, the U.S. mail was only carried by as far north as Sheep Camp along the Chilkoot Pass Trail. Private, unofficial mail carriers made some money ferrying letters between Sheep Camp and the tent-like cities. That would have been the smart move right there, being a mailman for money.
Oh well, go
it says many who stayed at Lake Lindeman regretted their decision in the spring. Ice and snow hid the wild rapids between Lake Lindeman and Lake Burnett, which would have been tedious but safe journey in the winter, but was a short but dangerous navigation through the churning rapids in the spring. Which that's, if they're getting the fall, you're in the mountains of the pass and everything. Oh man, you're gonna have a lot of water flushing down through there. Lake Bennett was the end of the White Pass Trail. Stampeders who passed over the mountains from Skagway during the 1897 spent the winter camped along the lake shore. They were joined by thousands who had crossed over the Chilkoot Pass and continued down to Bennett before stopping to camp, waiting for the spring thaw. The most pressing activity of all who arrived in the tent cities along the lakes were boat building. Few experienced boat builders were among the thousands of clerks, farmers, and workers who crowded the shores along the headwaters of the Yukon. They learned from watching and doing their own mistakes. At long last, after months of waiting, the ice covering the Yukon River began to break up. Rumors about the conditions of the ice flow through the tent cities and at Burnett and Linneman, and some stampeders thinking that the river was clear, set out too early, and got stuck in ice jams. We all know what an ice jam will do to a boat. You're not got a boat no more. By the end of May, the river had broken up enough for traffic to begin. Hundreds of boats began leaving the lake each day. Those who had arrived late and procrastinated with building their boats worked at now frantic pace, afraid that they would now be the last into the gold fields. The overall mood of the stampeders was one of the excitement and the adventure. After months of dragging their goods over the passes, they could now just sail smoothly down the Yukon into Dawson. Of course, those who had done their research knew that the trip downriver held its own dangers, including White Horse Rapids. And they don't say anything about that. Wait a minute. Maybe they do. Uh-huh. Hang on, let me see how long this is. Oh, man, that's too dang long. I'll have to read that one next week.
Part 3.
Yeah, it's called Running the Rapids. You guys don't let me forget about that.
Running the Rapids.
Yep, Running the Rapids.
So, speaking of ice and stuff, we got one of our little birdies. I mentioned him early, Tyler. The harbor there in Nome is freezing, and they've pulled the boats.
Oh, they did? Oh.
Yeah, I seen a post of Vernon's boat was up in there. He said pulling the boat out.
It's freezing up.
Yeah.
Well, get ready. It must be cold there, real cold there.
Speaking about boats,
What?
you know, I got this one little story we'll talk about.
Let's hear it.
Oh, yeah, just give me a real quick second here.
Will do.
Earlier, I posted a little picture, and here we go.
Wait.
As you can see in my
Hold
picture
on.
there.
Let me make it full screen, Rob.
Yeah.
Full screen it.
There, wait, there we go. Done. Rob,
Oh, check that out.
Yeah, there we go. And an incredible find. The 1800s shipwreck unearthed in Florida during a road project. Yeah. Yeah, this happened just outside of St. Augustine, Florida. Construction crews in Florida were unearthing a shipwreck from the 19th century while working on a road project in downtown St. Augustine last week. According to the Department of Transportation, crews discovered the nearly intact wood vessel while working on the road A1A near the Bridge of Lions for a draining improvement project that began earlier. Archaeologists, experts believe that the well-preserved boat is from the mid to late 1800s. They believe that the vessel may have sunk unexpectedly and over time was silted in. And that's why it was so well preserved.
Now, was that by a creek or is it a river?
Well, it could have been at one time in the bay, and then the silt,
okay.
You know how.
Right. It's like
Well, I mean, they said they found it
Earth
next to the
moves
bridge. So
water.
I figured it was a creek.
they receded and
Yes.
yeah.
It was encapsulated in soil and mud, and there was no air contact for it to decay. So it's incredibly a true find, said the district person. Since it's historic in nature, the Florida Department of Transportation started working with the Southeastern Archaeological Research, or known as SEARCH, a maritime archaeological team, which was able to help with the excavation. With every project we undertake, the Florida DOT is sensitive to the unique needs to the communities we serve, including potential presence of historic sites and artifacts within the construction sites. The spokesperson added, "We are grateful for our partners at SEARCH for their careful efforts to preserve this vessel, and we look forward to learning more about its significance of the region." So it's kind of like your little, possible Oak Island, but hey.
Yeah.
You know, I wonder one thing though. How do they keep, like, after they dig it up? How do they keep the boat preserved? Because now it's hitting air.
I don't know.
Well, I'm sure they have it submerged in fresh water, to keep it intact. And over time,
spray it with boat liner.
Yeah. Okay. Boat liner.
Spray it with flex steel.
I have a little bit more on it. According to Search, they believe that the vessel is a single mast, shallow drafted sailing craft from the 19th century and was likely used to extract fish and shellfish from the coastal waterways and directly offshore. So it was like a local fishing vessel.
Fishing vessel. Yeah. That got out there and just something happened.
It does look about like a 2-person boat.
Yeah, it does.
So I thought that was be a nice little thing to add.
Yeah, it's cool. It is very cool.
Has anybody got any? Speaking of boats, has anybody got any updates on Tim Fisher's dig?
Oh, I haven't heard. Not yours.
Somebody wanted to see a picture of that again, and I found one.
Of what?
I'll check. That's more than 2. That might be a 2-person boat for sure.
Yeah, definitely looks like a kind of fishing boat. Yeah, don't it?
Oh yes.
Well, looky there.
Yeah, it looks like an oyster boat. There's a bunch of oyster shells in her.
and it could have gone down during a hurricane.
Could have went down during a storm.
Yeah,
I'll be danged.
It's very interesting.
Yeah, looking at the makeshift hammer with the oyster shells there, because usually they chip off the little ones and keep the big ones.
Yeah. Right.
So yeah, it looks like an oyster boat to me.
It just sunk during a storm, and it was like, can't get it back. Guess gotta build a new one. Yeah. Left it sunken. Possible.
Well, once it's sunk, you ain't gonna dig it
back. Right. It's like
it sunk once, it'll sink again.
It sunk. Well, what do? We need a boat. Guess we're gonna build a new one, boys.
Go out and cut some timber.
Yeah.
And for next Sunday, I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna talk about 2 other subjects. One has to do with D.B. Cooper, and another one, message in a bottle. So stay tuned for next Sunday on that.
D.B. Cooper. I like that.
No doubt.
D.B. Cooper's a cool story. Yeah.
Yeah, there's only
it is.
They still think they found the money, but they are not the money, but they think they found where he landed. I'm like, come on. If you found where he landed, he lived, because he would still be there.
I think he burned the money to keep warm.
That's funny.
If memory serves me correctly, I think it was a young lad, probably about 8 to 10 years old, that found it on the shore.
They found a stack of money at one time. Yeah.
Yeah, but if I found a stack of money, I'm not telling nobody.
Nope. I'd say I don't care whose it is, if it was DB Cooper's or not. I ain't saying.
No,
I'll tell you. You just got to tell me what the serial numbers are.
Then the bank would want them back. That's why I wouldn't tell nobody. I just drive
the cartel or the mafia.
Yeah. Don't tell nobody and spend it very slowly, very wisely. Right, dude? Mm-hmm. Yeah, just saying.
I wouldn't be spending it at stores or anything. I'd be buying stuff off of personal people.
Yeah,
what do you guys think about those treasures that sometimes wash up on the coast, so to speak? They're not really treasures, but like bales of cocaine.
Bales of cocaine. Well, what do you do in that situation? Yeah.
Leave it alone.
I think I'd leave it. I'd walk away. I'd just call the law, because I don't want the cartel coming after me.
Now, if it was a green leafy substance, I might help myself to a little bit. But other than that, I'd be like Coast Guard or Border Patrol. Hey, there's something here you can guys.
Now, if it was a big bundle of cash, well, I guess I'd take my chances.
Yes, I would.
A big garbage bag bundle of cash. Crap! I'm just gonna take my chances with the cartel. I can buy enough protection with all this money.
Well,
another weird story. You guys hear about that? It was a couple of months ago, but like feet kept washing up on the shore. At some place. Feet, human feet. Yeah.
Well, that's people that screwed the cartel, probably.
Something.
Well, there was a story about a guy that came across some beach cocaine out in Florida. So that's usually pretty common for them.
If I found a brick of cash, though, I would cover it with a towel, set my little beach set up around it, and whoever is my partner would be making several trips back and forth to the car.
Right.
I'd take one bundle at a time. Okay, go.
This bundle and go put it in trunk. Take this bundle, go put it in the receipt. Yeah. But if it was, like cocaine or something, I'd be calling the Coast Guard. Come get this crap, man. I don't want no. I'll stay here and watch it. Make sure nobody.
Because you never know. It could be a.
You don't want to open. You don't want to open the bag and put it in the ocean. You've seen Cocaine Bear. Just imagine what Cocaine Shark would look like.
Oh no, they did have a thing on Cocaine Shark. See it? It was on Shark Week, dude. Cocaine
terrible.
Shark. Didn't it?
Well, that was a theory about the whales acting crazy and starting capsizing boats. They wondered if they got into some cocaine.
Got into cocaine.
That one, I believe it was more or less they were getting pissed off because they were getting hit by the boats. So we revenge.
Did you guys watch Shark Week with the Cocaine Sharks?
I did not.
No, I don't watch that.
Yeah, there was Cocaine Shark, just like Cocaine Bear. They were doing experiments, seeing if the sharks would eat the cocaine bundles when they hit the water, and yeah, they probably would. And then they're all jacked up on cocaine for days, and they're getting stupid, like the Cocaine Bear.
So I wonder, like, if a bundle of fentanyl could kill off the ocean.
Oh, ooh. I don't know.
Because they say like a little tiny amount can kill like
like a
30
pinhead.
people or something.
Yeah, like a pinhead's amount or something like that. Yeah. Oh, good question, Jaron. Yeah.
You know what? What idiot made that just
right?
Be just knocked off the world.
Right?
Yeah. Idiots.
It's just, it's like, really? What's wrong with people?
Oh, it's like somebody making something out of cyanide. Oh, I think it'll work. And then everybody dies because we can't take cyanide.
Yeah, it's just kind of stupid.
Yeah, buddy.
I thought the whole idea was to get repeat customers. It's like, what? The thinking just doesn't work.
I think some of that, Tim, if you think about it real deep, that some of that stuff was made to not have repeating customers, just like crack was made to not have repeating customers.
I don't get it. You think if you're in the drug game, you want repeat customers, not kill your customers. That's kind of
you've seen those pictures. You've seen those pictures of up there in Oregon and stuff where they're all slumped over in the road, drooling. I don't know how the heck did they even find it.
I don't know, dude.
They seem like they already lost their damn minds.
This world we live in has gotten pretty weird. In my time on this planet, it's like
there's no common sense anymore.
Dude, I was watching Little Rascals the other day. Did anyone
Little Rascals?
Right before Jaron's time, but did you guys used to watch the Little Rascals?
I watched it.
Wait, Jaron, you watched the Little Rascals?
Yeah, even it was like probably when I was almost a teenager, they made another movie.
Well, not the new movies. The old.
But I'm talking about the black and white. Yeah, I watched that.
Old black and white ones.
I used to have a long thing of hair going up in the alfalfa.
See?
Well, remember it started the Little Rascals, and then it went into Spanky and the Gang.
Yeah, it went into Our Gang. Yeah.
Yep.
It was like I was watching it the other day. It's just good childhood memories of that.
Well, I think wasn't it Spanky and the Gang, and then when they switched Spankies, then it went to Our Gang.
Why would you switch Spankies though?
I don't know. He wanted more money or something, but they got rid of him.
Well, since we're off topic already, YouTube suggested Three Stooges for me, so I've been watching those to go.
Have you been watching the old Three Stooges?
Yeah, I put it on when I go to sleep.
It's just good stuff.
I see the I watch the Beverly Hillbillies on the Facebook Watch all the time.
Beverly Hillbillies. Another awesome, great show. Green Acres. Yeah.
I
Petticoat
was watching a little bit of Gilligan's Island the other day.
Gilligan's Island. I mean, now there's a concept now.
They were all good and funny ones, though.
Gilligan's Island.
Yeah.
Interesting. Just interesting.
It wasn't so much Three's Companies. It was more Gilligan's Island, but yeah.
Yeah, it was good though. All them shows were just good. What happened to this world?
It's like Lisa. She goes through the channel. She goes, "Why? What are we paying for all this crap for?"
Right?
I'm like, "Because we got all this crap on a rebated price. That's why it's on there."
Crap. That's all it is. It's all crap they show on TV. That's like I was like, I'm gonna see if they get some old Little Rascals, and they did. I'm like, oh, I gotta watch this stuff.
Well, that's what I like about DirecTV, because you can go in the search bar and you can actually put in and the Little Rascals will show up.
Oh, I just ask it. I just push the button and go Little Rascals, and then they'll show up. Or
Oh, I'm sorry, there, Mr. High Tech. Good Lord, talking into your remote control now.
Yeah,
So we can't leave Ed out of this. Mr. Ed.
Oh,
Oh,
Mr.
yeah.
Ed, that was another great one.
Yeah.
Don't forget
Yeah.
my favorite Martian too.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Mr. Ed. I have not seen that for 25 years. I'll bet you at least.
Then there was I Dream of Jeannie, and there was
Sanford and Sons.
Sanford Son was always great.
Oh, Red Fox was pretty good anyway, but
Happy Days, Lucy.
Happy Day,
Yep.
Moving on up.
Lucy, yeah, the Jeffersons.
I don't know how we get so derailed, but
Us, I.
what are you talking about?
Jeez.
Everybody in those movies wore gold.
Yeah.
No, Darren's asking how we get so derailed.
Mr. Ed was gold.
Squirrel.
That's how we get derailed, right there, Darren. See?
Speaking of rascals, we were trying to abate some little groundhogs or something like that. So we had these little smoke bombs. You light them and you stick them in the hole and you
Yeah.
cover it up.
Yeah.
Well, today, one of them burnt out, but the son of a bitch was popped out at the same hole that we put it in. It's like, I don't know which it is. I don't know if it was a squirrel or a gopher or something, but I decided it's got to be popped out.
I can just see a gopher popping out and blowing smoke like Tim
Yeah.
does at me.
like on Caddyshack. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, hey, throw another one down here, guys. Throw another one. We're having a party.
Yeah, it comes up the other hole, drops it behind you.
I mean, we loaded like 4 of those little smoke bombs, and they're pretty toxic for them. They're supposed to be, you be able to embait them. But that one just
There you
popped
go.
right out of the ground.
There we go. Terry hit it on. That's gold related.
Oh, McKay.
Mr. T. Mr.
Hey.
T.
Oh, Mr.
The 18.
Yes.
18 was
18
good, but
Mr. T.
but
That's
wait a minute.
gold.
What
Gold,
about-
gold.
Randy said McHale's Navy. That was another good one. And Hogan's Heroes.
See you later, Bob.
Yeah.
Take care, bro.
Yeah, but the only thing about Hogan's Heroes, if you weren't old enough, you did not understand any of
Right.
the jokes actually in that
Right.
show.
And it was awesome. It was a great
Oh, yeah.
show. Lost in Space was another good one.
No, I didn't like that.
Oh, I love
just-
Lost in Space.
Danger. I just
Danger, Will Robinson.
Yeah, I was like, no, I was not a fan of that one.
Oh, I loved it. Yeah, God, it was just the best TV back then.
What about
See, I used to envy like Mr. T with all his gold chains. I was
Oh,
hoping
and
that one day I would have those.
You was
Yeah.
hoping you could say, "I pity the fool."
Have you seen him lately? Have you seen him lately? He wears
Yes,
half
in
as
his
much
commercials, he's
gold.
in
He wears
commercials.
half as much gold.
And Rich, what one did you say?
Ash?
MASH.
Yeah, MASH.
Yes, that's a
That's
good one.
just good adult humor.
I was gonna say that's another one you would never understand. the
That's
jokes
like
unless you
it
were-
was like Archie Bunker, All in the Family again. So,
Yeah.
Mhm.
had that adult humor going on. Yeah, there's some good shows
I
back.
call that racist humor, but okay.
It was, but
Yes, it
nobody
was.
got butthurt over it either, did they? That's the funny part. You know? It's like, come on. It was good television. And we all turned out okay. I mean, we get
I know.
derailed pretty easy, but, our attention span goes from 0 to 60 and back to 0 like that. Squirrel. right, Jaron?
Yeah, how much? Let's take a little poll here. How much weight do you think in gold Mr. T wore?
Holy moly! Okay.
I don't have an answer. We're just gonna
Well, I bet you the answer is
guess.
out there
I
because
bet you there is. I guess I can.
remember
I'm gonna
asking
say at
him.
least- I'm going to say at least 4 to 5 pounds. When you seen him back in the day, he'd probably have 4 or 5 pounds.
Pounds. I'm
Yes,
gonna
pounds.
go 8 pounds. I hope somebody's googling this. 8 pounds.
4 pounds of what?
Gold.
I'm
Mr. T
Googling.
wear.
Well, I'm trying to figure it out. I'm thinking it was probably about 60 ounces that he wore. If you can remember, some of those chains were about ounce and a
Some
half,
of them
maybe
were
3 ounces.
this big around too. Yeah. So.
Well, also,
got
it could have been Copperfield. It could have been.
Still, let's go
Plated.
for weight. We're just going for weight. How much did he wear weight wise?
For me, I'm going the ounces. So
How many ounces?
I'm going to say about 60 ounces.
60 ounces.
Okay, let's see here.
That's
I'm gonna
including
read
his wrist jewelry and his
you- I'm going to read you.
you.
I'm going to read this short story here. It says Mr. T was a huge star in the 1980s and was most known for his character of B.A. Baracus on the 80s hit show The A-Team. He also starred in Rocky III in 1982, DC Cab, which is a funny one, in 1983,
Yeah.
and had a stint as a WWF pro wrestler in the mid 80s.
Yeah.
But what was Mr. T probably most known for? His signature gold chains he wore around his neck. So how did he come to wear these enormous pieces of gold? Said Mr. T's iconic gold chains originally came from customers at a nightclub where he worked as a bouncer in the 1970s. People had either lost them or left them behind after a fight, and he would wear and return them if the person chose to reclaim them.
Okay.
So he was stealing them. He says he later used the change as his iconic image, and stating that in his biography in 1984 that they were a symbol of the chains his African ancestors had when they were slaves. The chains were repeatedly to be worth $300,000 and took an hour to put on. He stopped wearing the gold chains after the Katrina disaster in 2005, saying it would be an insult to all those who were suffering. Mr. T was born as Lawrence Truhead and earned a football scholarship to Prairie View A&M in Texas, but was expelled after only 1 year. He enlisted in the Army and worked in the military police corps. After his discharge, he tried out for the Green Bay Packers. A knee injury caused him not to make the team, and it was that he began to work as a bouncer and created Mr. T.
Beyond Scott, it's just talking about Mr. T as a whole. I'm reading the exact same story.
Did you see the weight? How much?
But Ed found something. He said allegedly or whatever, about 35 to 40 pounds.
No, shoot.
Google says Mr. T's gold chains on the A-Team weighed between 35 and 40 pounds. Look at the size.
How many ounces is
as big around as your finger or your thumb.
And I don't believe that crap.
Look at that picture again. Put that picture up, Jaron.
Let me see.
I bet you
2 seconds.
It gotta be
Well, try to find one with the A-Team. That would be better.
An 18 gold picture.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a bunch of pictures, and there's some of them that looks like they were put on just for the picture itself.
I mean, that's as big around as your thumb. Gold.
And look at this. This is probably like 20 ounces by itself.
Oh yeah.
Whatever this is.
And that pendant thing's got to probably be 40 ounces.
Now, if I lost that at the nightclub,
I'm sure that wasn't lost. I think the stuff he wore on the A-Team, because he wore a lot of smaller stuff.
Yeah.
I
can just say I pity the fools that don't eat my cereal.
Yeah. Mr. T cereal. Yeah. Mr. T, did you ever eat any Mr. T cereal, Scott?
Yeah, Mr. T cereal. All it was Captain Crunch and Tease.
Yeah.
It was the same dang thing.
Mr. T, got my own cereal.
Got to hand it to him, man.
Hey, you do. It's genius.
If you get your own cereal, you're pretty popular.
You've made it. when you get your own box of cereal, you've made it. Yeah. Got me some Mr.
Of course,
T.
I don't think you'll see Bruce Jenner on the Wheaties box anymore, but whatever.
Right? Now you never know either. So nowadays. I want to see Mr. T on the Wheatie box. He'll come back. He's on the Rent-A-Center commercials.
There's a lot of old people getting back on there for commercials nowadays.
It's like, hey, it pays the bills, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Nothing wrong with that. I don't care. Mr. T's doing Rent-A-Center commercials. Still get to see him. Keep it in the public eye, right? Just saying.
That's right.
Mr. T. All right, get carving them pumpkins, everybody.
Yeah, make that have Grandma gold.
That's right. That's just first.
Get somebody to do a Mr. T with all those gold chains.
Oh, that would be cool. Do me a Mr. T.
I wonder how many gold chains I got in there.
What's that, Rob?
No.
He's thinking about his Halloween costume.
Oh, yeah. Mr. T for Halloween.
Well, you remember that one Energizer commercial where the old man was on the beach metal detecting, and then towards the end, he couldn't barely stand up because he had so many gold chains on his neck.
Yeah. He was like Mr. T of metal detectorists. Yeah. Very cool. So
Well, yeah, he's a metal detectorist in the bar. That's how he got all the chains.
Get carving me some pumpkins. I want to see them. You can win a cool prize. And
John Ryan says he thinks they're gold plated. No, $300,000 back in those days. That's easily.
Yeah, that was
for
back
his.
in them.
That's in his.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
If now it's probably like 4 million or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
They were probably hollow chains instead of solid.
I don't know. They couldn't weigh 30 or 40 pounds though if they were hollow, right?
Yeah, movie props are movie props, big guy.
I reckon.
Well, he didn't. He wore that. That was him. That wasn't like he goes in and puts them on.
Right. He kept
filming.
that
was
all
him.
time.
That's his.
Yeah.
He owned that
That's
stuff.
true. He wore it all the time. That was Mr. T persona. I wear the gold chain. Beautiful. Try to take my gold.
Granted, it could have only been 12, 14 karat. I mean,
Yeah, it could have been.
Don't know what carat it was.
Yeah. That's possible. It's possible. Could have left a big green ring when he took it off. You never know. It's possible.
But still, wearing that much gold, especially around that, where was he, in New York City?
But in them times, it wasn't like this, so it wasn't as bad.
Today? Hell no.
I don't care. Back in those times or today, I wouldn't mess with him.
No, I wouldn't have messed with him, but you wasn't as apt to get.
He had bodyguards too, so.
Yeah, but you
got like 4 or 5 Mr. T's.
Now they'll shoot you for your shoes, much less gold chains. So it's like, things are different. Definitely different. So
yeah, I see a lot of different pictures. Like when he was on David Letterman and stuff, he didn't have that much on. He had enough you could see it, but
yeah, he'd dull it down a little bit sometimes.
Yeah,
and there were times he didn't, like in that picture Jared showed. He was not holding back with that big old rope. The same. All right. Well, we want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. Don't forget, get carving them pumpkins. Get starting that fire with water.
half gram of gold.
Time is running out. For sure.
For sure.
And I guess we'll see everybody next week. Have a great week.
Next Tuesday, we got Brian Wilder for Flash in Your Pan.
Big Brian on Flashing.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Till then, see ya, everybody.
Good night, Gold Digger.
Good night, everybody.
Be sure to tune in next Sunday at 7:30 for another great show. For updates and more info, please go to www.prospectorsradio.com.